Così ora. And they going gorillas.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the River Gymnasium.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sonoma Valley High School for tonight's game between your Dragons and the Petaluma Trojans. And we will start off tonight's action with the national anthem.
And your hoodies. We have a singer tonight, a live singer. Yeah. Yes. And singing the national anthem will be Isabel Costanzo.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
And a fantastic rendition of the national anthem. Always nice to have a live singer sing the national anthem. Gets everyone fired up as we're ready to introduce the starting lineups for both teams. And we are going to let you listen in to the public address announcer give those for you. We'll start with Petaluma, and then it'll go over to the Dragons.
I'd like to welcome everybody to Pfeiffer Gymnasium for tonight's basketball game. Your display of good sportsmanship will demonstrate your support for the participants, coaches, and officials during this special educational activity. These are sportsmanship values that have been embraced by the NCS member schools for over 100 years. Sonoma Valley High School and Petaluma High School, thank you for attending tonight's contest. Now for the starting lineups. First for the Petaluma Trojans. We're coached by Anton Lyons. He's assisted by Andrew Riley, Steve Martin, and Brian Seidel. Starting at a forward position is 6-foot junior, number 20s, Liam Gottschall. At a forward position is 6-foot 2-inch sophomore, number 21, Cole Barzoli. At a forward position is 6-foot 3-inch senior, number 23, Ryan Sullivan. At a guard position, a 6-foot junior, number 25, Eric Perez. And in the post for the Trojans, a 6-foot 5-inch junior, number 41, Julian Garahan. And now for the Sonoma Dragons, as announced by head coach Mike Bowles. He's assisted by Mike Mertens and Trey Bowles. Starting at guard, a 6-foot senior, number 2, Reed Hewitt. Starting at a guard position, a 5-foot 7-inch senior, number 10, Luke Sende Diego. At a guard position, a 6-foot 2-inch sophomore, number 20, Dom Girish. At a forward position, a 6-foot 3-inch sophomore, number 35, Anders Matheson. And at a forward position, a 6-foot 2-inch senior, number 24, Riley Phelan. The officials for tonight's contest are Mr. Tony Carmen and Mr. Zach Ward.
And they are the starting lineups for both teams. And the starters for the Dragons are Reed Hewitt, Luke Sende Diego, Dom Gersh, Riley Phelan, and Anders Matheson. For the Trojans, number 20, Liam Gottschall, Cole Garzoli, Ryan Sullivan, Eric Perez, and Julian Garahan will round out the starting lineups for both teams. We'd like to remind you that tonight's game can be viewed on Comcast Channel 27, SonomaTV.org, or the Sonoma TV YouTube channel. And tonight's game will replay on Sunday at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. And we'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game, Broadway Market and Sonoma Paint Center. As we are all ready to get going, should be a fun night of basketball from Sonoma Valley High School. It's the Petaluma Trojans and your Sonoma Valley Dragons. And there is the tip. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to go with the Dragons to start off tonight's game. That's referee Zach Ward making the call. And the Dragons will start off with the ball. Dragons have been playing very well as of late. They've won 6 games in a row. And Petaluma has won 5 games in a row. So someone will have their losing streak snapped after tonight, or their winning streak snapped after tonight's game. It's Riley Phelan guarded by Ryan Sullivan. He drives, shots blocked. It'll stay with the Dragons. Dragons won their last game on Wednesday night over Napa. That's Dom Gersh, stop and pop, and he hits. Good start for the Dragons. Sonoma Valley beat Napa 65-51 on Wednesday night. That game was close for the majority of the night, but Sonoma really broke ahead in the fourth quarter and created some separation to win that ball game. Here's Cole Garzoli for Petaluma. Nice drive to the basket, and he'll get fouled, and he'll go to the line. That foul's going to go on Luke Sende Diego. That's going to be his first. And Cole Garzoli is going to shoot a pair for Petaluma. First free throw is good. Petaluma on the board. Nice crowd here at Sonoma Valley High School on a Friday night. Not much better to do in Sonoma on a Friday night. So come watch some high school basketball, especially when your Dragons are playing very well as they are. That free throw is missed, and Anders Matheson ends up with the rebound. There's Sende Diego over to Matheson, guarded by Garahan. That ball is going to be thrown out of bounds. Dom Gersh looking for a foul. Not going to get it as Petaluma will take over. Eric Perez for Petaluma, guarded by Sende Diego. Kicks out to Garzoli. Garzoli drives, and that shot's not going to count. It's going to be a travel on the Trojans. There's Gersh over to Phelan. Back to Gersh, over to Phelan again. Nice cut by Sende Diego inside, and he's able to finish. Nice play there by the Dragons. Good execution on offense. Moving without the ball, always a key if you want to score. And they did a good job on that possession. Cut it inside to Sullivan. Ball's knocked away, and it's going out of bounds, and it'll be Dragons basketball.
Ball goes up Garahan's foot off out of bounds. Dragon basketball.
Dragons will look to extend the early lead that they have. Matheson tried a three, and it's blocked by Garahan. Perez drives, gets it over to Gottschall. Petaluma will set up their offense. Garzoli in the corner, cross court to the other corner for Gottschall for three, in and out. Rebound Dragons, Reed Hewitt with the rebound. They tried to get it ahead to Phelan, but it's turned away. Liam Gottschall with the takeaway. Perez over to Garzoli, inside Sullivan, guarded by Cindy Diego, going straight up. Got some help from Matheson, but he's going to get called for a foul. So they will call that on Matheson, his first. Brian Sullivan will shoot two for Petaluma. And he misses the first. Sullivan makes 1 of 2 from the line. Petaluma 2 of 4 from the early going. And it's a 4-2 Dragon lead. There's Phelan going to try a deep three. Bang! Riley Phelan from downtown. And a timeout taken by Petaluma. Great start for the Dragons, out to a 7-2 lead. Riley Phelan hitting that one from way downtown. And the Dragons have a quick 7-2 lead, and it's going to make Petaluma burn a timeout early in this ball game. We talked about how both of these teams were playing very well. Petaluma has won 5 games in a row. They're 6-0 in league play, but they sandwiched in a non-league loss to Amador from Sutter Creek early on, and then Sonoma Valley has won 6 games in a row. The Dragons beating Napa on Wednesday night. They beat Casa Grande on January 24th, American Canyon on the 22nd, Maria Carrillo on the 20th, Kelseyville on the 18th, and Justin Siena on the 17th. So the Dragons have been playing some very good basketball as of late. Garzoli finding Sullivan inside, trying to post up. His double team kicks out to Gottschall, out to Garahan. That shot is no good. Barely hits iron. Cindy Diego, the rebound, coming back the other way. Over to Phelan. His layup, no good. Cindy Diego trying to put it back up. Race for the ball. It's Gottschall who ends up with it, and Petaluma's coming back the other way. Eric Perez for Petaluma. Garzoli driving the baseline. His layup is good.
Garzoli for 2.
That's an easy bucket for Petaluma, something the Dragons cannot afford to do. Can't give Petaluma easy baskets. Trojans are 15-5 overall. There's Phelan, already hit a deep three already. They get into Gershon, what a nice play. They run that backdoor screen all night long against Napa, and it works to perfection here already. Signature pass from Phelan to Gersh for an easy layup. Seen that many times throughout the season. Riley Phelan and Julian Garahan going at it. That's a great matchup as Eric Perez shoots for 3. No good. Fight for the rebound. It'll be Petaluma ball.
Checking in for the Trojans, number 35,
Alex Seidler and Ryan Giacomini will check in for Petaluma. 9-4 Dragons here early on. Seidler trying to get inside, and he's fouled. And they're going to call that on Matheson, so that's going to be his second. So he'll have to be very careful to not pick up a third here in the first half. And Hewitt with the steal, but he stepped out of bounds. So it'll stay with Petaluma. Dragons and Vintage tied for second place in the Vine Valley Athletic League, 2 games back of these Trojans. So the Dragons need a win tonight to stay in contention for the league title. Garzoli to Gutschall, guarded by Sende Diego, over to Giacomini. Alex Seidler steps inside the free throw line. His shot no good. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to go to the Dragons. Seidler knocked it out, going over Sende Diego. Under 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Another nice play, but it's going to get knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to Petaluma as Rollo Benstead is going to check in for the Dragons. Matheson will take a seat with 2 fouls. Head coach Mike Bull is playing conservative. And a steal by Benstead. His layup no good, and it's going to be out of bounds. It'll stay with the Dragons. Dragons were looking for a foul, but they get the next best thing, which is a possession back. Ivan Cortez will check in for Petaluma, replacing Garzoli.
Number 32, Ivan Cortez.
Phelan, the inbounder for the Dragons. They get it wide open to Benstead. His shot no good. Seidler the rebound. Dom Gersh, nice shot closing in to prevent a pass to Giacomini, but they get it to Gottschall, who gets it over to Cortez. Gottschall drives, double teams. They tried to pass it to Giacomini. It's stolen by Sende Diego. Nice play by Luke Sende Diego. His layup is good. What a nice play by Luke Sende Diego for the steal and score. And it has the delight of this crowd here at Sonoma Valley High School. Mason Phillips will check in for the Dragons. What a beautiful play. And great defense by Sonoma Valley. And they got Petaluma on the ropes early on. Giacomini doubled here, and they're going to call a foul. They call that on Riley Phelan. Eric Perez will check into the game for Ivan Cortez. I think he's having an equipment issue. I think that's why Zach Ward signaled to Petaluma to get Cortez out of the game. 14 fouls on the Dragons, none on the Trojans. So that could attribute to the frustration of the Dragons so far. Julian Garahan guarded by Phelan to kick out to Gottschall for 3. No good. Giacomini the rebound. His shot is good. They pass it ahead to Sende Diego. Dom Gersh, pump fake, he drives, kicks over to Phillips, out to Phelan. Phelan for 3, bang! Riley Phelan from downtown. And the Dragons have an 8-point lead. Eric Perez over to Liam Gottschall. The defense chants echoing from the student section. Nice crowd here on a Friday night. Perez drives. Good defense by Phelan, but they're going to call a foul. That's going to be 2 on Phelan now. So Eric Perez will shoot 2 at the free throw line. Phelan went straight up, but I think the call was because he left his feet. And that's why they called a foul on Phelan. Perez misses the first, as Ivan Cortez will check back in for Garahan. Perez hits 1 of 2. Petaluma has been 1 of 2 each of the 3 times that they've gone to the free throw line, so they have missed 3 points from the foul line. There's Phelan guarded by Gottschall. Over to Gersh. Mid-range jumper is good. Dom Gersh off to a great start for the Dragons. It's a 9-point lead. Dragons playing very well early on, and they're going to call a foul on Benstead. It's going to be his first.
Fouls on number 4, Ronald Winstead. That is his first personal
16
foul.
fouls for the Dragons. 16 fouls for the Dragons, 0 on the Trojans. If you're a Dragons fan, I can totally understand the frustration as Giacomini is going to go for 3. That's no good. Ball tipped out. Gottschall and Giacomini waiting to see who's going to get it. Gottschall ended up getting it. Cortez drives. His layup is good.
Ivan Cortez for 2.
Under 40 seconds to go. Another nice move by San Diego, but this time it does not go through. And the rebound by Petaluma. Shot clock and game clock nearly mirroring each other as Giacomini's shot is way off. And now the Dragons to hold on for the last shot. 15 seconds to go. 16-9 Sonoma Valley, and that ball's going to be thrown away. It's going to be taken away by Giacomini. He drives. His shot no good, but they're going to call foul. That's going to be on Phillips. And amazingly, 17 fouls to 0 against the Dragons. And I'm not quite sure if Petaluma is playing perfect defense. But still, 17 fouls on the Dragons. It's hard to swallow. And I know Mike Bowles is frustrated over there on the sideline. Because it's very hard to assume that one team has committed 7 straight fouls while the other has not committed any. But that's how it's being called, and the officials are the decision makers as Giacomini makes 1 of 2. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Dragons ball with 1.5 to go. Get it over to San Diego. He's going to launch it, and it's going to be short. But at the end of 1, your Sonoma Valley Dragons off to a fantastic start over Petaluma as the Dragons lead 16-10 after 1 from Sonoma Valley High School. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
We would like to thank our community partners, Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. And social media support is provided by Wordmice. Underwriting is provided by Sonoma Paint Center, located at 815 West Napa Street. For more information, you can go to sonomapaintcenter.com. Broadway Market, a small-town market in the Sonoma wine country, located at 20511 Broadway. You can contact them at 707-935-2685 or visit them on the web at broadwaymarketsonoma.com.
Back here live at Sonoma Valley High School for the second quarter of play. The Dragons holding a 16-10 lead over Petaluma. The Dragons desperately needing a win to stay in contention for the league title race as they are 2 games behind Petaluma, as is Vintage. The Dragons and Vintage are both 5-2 in league play. Petaluma is 6-0 in Vine Valley Athletic League play. So Vintage is is hosting Justin Siena tonight. So if Vintage is able to beat Justin Siena and the Dragons are able to hold this lead, then both teams will be just a game back of Petaluma, and Petaluma goes to Vintage tomorrow night. Sullivan ends up with it after it's tipped. His shot's no good. Ball tipped in the air. Sullivan and Gersh fighting for it. It's ended up in Giacomini's hands. They kick it out to Sullivan. Thought about shooting it, doesn't do it. Giacomini for 3. He hits that 3. And Petaluma has cut it to a 3-point game. And a ball ends up on the court by a mistake, so the referees will call timeout and stop play. Mike Bowles having a discussion with the official. And a packed house here on a Friday night here at Sonoma Valley High School. Anders Matheson back in the game with 2 fouls, as is Phelan. Phelan drives over to A.J. Ribley, just checking into the game. Anders Matheson going to shoot a 3. Bang! Anders Matheson from downtown. And the Dragons get those 3 points back, and another timeout taken by Petaluma. The Dragons have made Petaluma burn 2 timeouts here in the first half.
We have a timeout, Petaluma.
And the Dragons lead by 6. As we take a look at the North Coast section rankings for both divisions, Petaluma is in Division 2, so we'll start with them. Petaluma is ranked 15th according to Max Preps as far as their playoff prediction. Petaluma has the worst strength of schedule by far of any team in the division, and that is going to hurt them big time, even though they are 15-5 overall. A 0.2 rating among playoff teams. That's the worst by at least 3.5 points. So Petaluma will suffer for it. They'll end up going on the road even if they win the league and play a league champion like Campalindo or Saramon Valley. At the next time out, we'll take a look at the Dragons ranking as Petaluma is back on the move. That's Ivan Cortez. His layup no good. Reed Hewitt the rebound. And it's taken away by Sullivan. Eric Perez over to Jock Sullivan. And we're going to have a foul underneath, and the Trojans will be in the bonus. They're going to call that on Ribley, I believe. And they do. So it's 1-on-1 Alex Seidler at the line for Petaluma. And he misses the front end of the 1-on-1. It's Reed Hewitt trying to find Ribley. Good matchup with Seidler. They get it out to Hewitt. He drives the baseline, kicks out Phelan. Phelan corner 3. No good. Rebound Sullivan.
Ryan Sullivan with the rebound for the Trojans.
Justin Siena has a 14-9 lead over Vintage to start this one. And we're going to have a travel on the Trojans. Ivan Cortez took a couple, too many steps there. Dragons looking to extend their 6-point lead that they have so far. And it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Petaluma basketball.
Check in for the Trojans, number 30.
Reese Lackritz will check in for the Trojans.
The Dragons, number 10. Luke Sende Diego checks in.
Luke Sende Diego will also check in for the Dragons. Sullivan on the right wing for Petaluma over to Giacomini. He drives, stops, and pops. That shot way off again. Giacomini struggling. And we're going to have a foul on Alex Seidler. It's going to be his first. And the first team foul against Petaluma. Finally, the Dragons get a break their way.
That's his first personal foul.
So it'll be number 1 on Seidler. Liam Gottschall will check back in for Petaluma for Giacomini. Dom Gersh gets a screen from Ribley. Over to Phelan and Matheson. Another screen. San Diego drives and he's going to get fouled by Lackritz. So that'll be Reese Lackritz's first foul. Eric Perez is going to check back in for Lackritz. Anders Matheson, the inbounder, he gets it to Gersh. Gets a screen from Ribley, doesn't use it, but Ribley rolls, he drives, and he's unable to finish at the rim, just a little too out of control there underneath. And Petaluma comes back the other way. Liam Gottschall, corner 3. No good. Sene Diego the rebound. Dragons pushing in transition. Dom Gersh, nice lane to the basket. And Dom Gersh scores again. 8 points for Gersh so far. Sonoma's lead back up to 8. It's been as high as 9 at one point. Eric Perez drives. Thought about going up, and he's going to travel. Cole Garzoli will check in for the Trojans. Benstead back in for the Dragons. Phelan over to Benstead. Dragons looking to extend their 8-point lead. Dom Gersh, deep three. Oh, Dom Gersh from way downtown. And as Mike Breen would say, bang. And it's an 11-point lead for the Dragons. There's Gottschall guarded by Gersh. Seidler, top of the key. Over to Garzoli. Dragons looking for a push-off there on Garzoli. They don't get it. And we're going to have a foul on Phelan. He's going to pick up his third. So now Petaluma will shoot 1-1 again. Seidler will be the shooter. Mason Phillips will check in for the Dragons. And he'll check in for Ribley. As Seidler will shoot the 1-1 for Petaluma. He misses the free throw. We're going to have a violation. And Seidler will shoot another one. As they called a violation on the Dragons. So Seidler will shoot 2 free throws. Missed the first one, and he misses the second one. But Gottschall is able to come out with the rebound. Nice play by Gottschall to get the ball back. Seidler's 0 of 3 from the free throw line, but they get it inside to him. He can't finish, and Phillips the rebound. San Diego for 3. That's not going to count as he traveled before. So Petaluma will get the ball back. Julian Garahan checking back in for the Trojans. It's an 11-point lead for the Dragons. Petaluma having a very tough time scoring against this tenacious Dragon defense. Sullivan going to try a deep 3, and that's no good. Garzoli and Phillips fighting for the rebound. It's going to be a jump ball, and it'll be Dragons basketball. Phelan inbounding to Gersh. San Diego to Phelan. Nice cut inside to San Diego, but he's unable to finish, but the ball's knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Dragons. Nice pass by Phelan to set that up, but San Diego unable to finish, but the Dragons get another shot. Gersh gonna try a 3 from the corner. That's no good. Sullivan the rebound. Perez drives, goes up, and it's going to be a foul, and Phelan's going to pick up his 4th. So 14 fouls, or excuse me, 4 personal fouls on Phelan. They say 3 on the board. I have him for 4. As Perez makes the first free throw. So we will go with what the board is saying. So now he has 3 personal fouls, 10 on the Dragons. So Perez makes the first free throw. Perez makes the second one. First time Petaluma's made both free throws all night. And it's costing them at this point, trailing by 9. San Diego over to Benstead, guarded by Garahan. Benstead looking for a teammate. Gets it over to San Diego. Nice move inside, and he's able to finish. Luke San Diego giving us a couple highlight reel plays to start this one. And the lead's back up to 11. Perez kicks out Garzoli. Garzoli over to Garahan. Garahan to Sullivan. Sullivan, elbow jumper. Barely hits rim. Gersh the rebound. Dragons pushing it the other way. Gersh tried to go up with it. We're going to have a foul. Let's see who they call it on. They could call it on Gersh. That's going to be Gersh's first team foul. And Petaluma's going to shoot more free throws. Gersh is going to take a seat after being shaken up from the fall. Anders Matheson's going to check back into the game. So hopefully Gersh is okay and is able to come back into the game. May just need a breather from play. Garzoli knocks down the first free throw. See Gersh on the bench trying to walk it off. Looking at his left leg. May have been his knee that he hit hard on the floor as Garzoli makes both free throws. Now I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Bowles keeps him on the bench for the remainder of the half. 2 minutes remaining. You're up 26-17. You're hoping that you can hold this lead with Gersh on the bench and give him some extra rest for the second half. Phillips on the drive. That's no good. Cole Garzoli the rebound for Petaluma. Perez finds Garahan. Perez, and he traveled. Perez was trying to drive to the hoop, and he picked up his pivot foot before dribbling. Dragons have a seat on their bench with a Kobe Bryant jersey on, and as we all know, many basketball fans around the world are still mourning his loss, and of course the loss of his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna. That shook a lot of players. Kobe Bryant was many of these players on the court. Many of them, Kobe was their favorite player, someone that they looked up to growing up. Anders Matheson's going to take a three. That's no good. Garzoli the rebound. Gersh is at the scores table looking to check back into the game. And we're going to have a foul on Hewitt. So Petaluma will shoot 2 free throws. Specifically Gottschall. Gottschall misses the first. Gersh is going to check back into the game. 12 team fouls on the Dragons and 2 against Petaluma. And again, you find that hard to believe that the Dragons have committed 10 more fouls than Petaluma. But that's where we're at. But the Dragons still hold an 8-point lead as we're under a minute to play in the first half. Gersh guarded by Perez. Finds Sine Diego. Tough shot, falling away. Misses. Garahan the rebound. Gottschall, nice move inside and unable to finish, but the ball is knocked out of bounds and it'll stay with Petaluma. Ribley's going to check back in for the Dragons. Matheson is going to take a seat. So the Dragons have Phelan and Matheson on the bench. Gottschall over to Garzoli. He's going to take a three from the corner. That's no good. Ribley the rebound, and we have a foul on Garahan. Much to the delight of the Dragon fans here in attendance. As to say, finally, they called a foul on Petaluma. 14.7 to go. Dragons will look for the last shot. Petaluma applying a full court pressure here, but the Dragons break it easily. They get to Ribley. Goes up, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line. And looks like they're going to call the foul on Garzoli.
Fouls on number 21, Cole Garzoli. That's his first.
So it's going to be Garzoli's first. 14 fouls for Petaluma, and Sonoma Valley head coach Mike Bowles is going to take a timeout here with 7.1 to go. Ribley's going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws after the timeout. As we looked at the Division II North Coast section playoff projections from MaxPaps. We'll look at Division III now. That's the division your Dragons participate in. Right now the Dragons are projected to be a 12 seed, which would put them against Miramonte in the first round in Division III. But if Sonoma Valley is able to come back and be a league champion, they would certainly move up the rankings and potentially get a home game here at Sonoma Valley High School. The #1 seed in Division III is Branson. They are 20-2 overall, and the class of the North Bay as far as being one of the top basketball programs. They went to the Northern California championship game last year in Division I. As Ribley's not shooting free throws, I thought they called that in the air, but they did not. There's 2 seconds. Gersh unable to get a shot off as he tried to shoot, but it was blocked. As Matheson makes a deep 3 at the end, but it's no good. But the Dragons go into the locker room with a 26-18 lead over Petaluma, and a great start for Sonoma Valley as both teams head into the locker rooms. And we will have some halftime entertainment for you after the break as we take and hear a word from our sponsors.
We would like to thank our community partners, Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. And social media support is provided by Wordmice. Underwriting is provided by Sonoma Paint Center, located at 815 West Napa Street. For more information, you can go to sonomapaintcenter.com. Broadway Market, a small-town market in the Sonoma wine country, located at 20511 Broadway. You can contact them at 707-935-2685 or visit them on the web at broadwaymarketsonoma.com.
Back here live at Sonoma Valley High School, and we have the Sonoma Valley High School dance team. And the Sonoma Valley High School dance team with a nice performance at the half. And we're going to have the Mary's Slice Shack half-court shot, and that's going to be sponsored by the Ryan family tonight.
Sponsored by the Ryan family, classes of 98, 99, and 03. And future Dragon classes of 25, 29, and 30. So tonight's lucky student is, drum roll please, guys, Reagan Wheatley. All right, well, Reagan, this is all you. Come on, Reagan, you got this. Half court, you got to step back a little bit. You have, yeah. You got this. You might want to step back a little more. Come on, Reagan. Come on. Get there! Oh! So close. Dang it. All right, well, that means that next game's half court is going to be for $400. Once again, thank you to the Ryan family. Good effort, good effort. Let's go, Dragons. Let's get this.
Shot almost going in at half court. Good effort there. And now we will have the St. Francis third grade CYO team playing at halftime here for a couple of minutes. That's number 34, Xavier Fabella, bringing the ball up for Team Blue. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound by Randall Bennett. And we got some physical play going on early in the game. Floater is good. Henry Lawrence for 2. Team Blue off to a good start. They score on their first possession. That's Paul Beal dribbling for Team Red. Misa Lopez now with the ball. Paul Beal with the ball now, and it's stolen away by Henry Lawrence. Nice pass over inside, the shot's no good. Team Blue ends up with it to get it back to Lawrence, and he scores.
Henry Lawrence for 2.
Team Blue off to a good start here at the half. That's Grady Regina with the ball. That's Beal inside. Nice layup. Oh, it's no good. And Team Blue with the rebound.
Rebound by Grady Regina.
Regina trying to go coast to coast, but he misses the jumper, and this is Michael Weeks with the ball. He's going to try a deep shot, and it's no good. And the rebound by Xavier Fabella. Good defense by Beal. Shot goes up, and it's good. Grady Regina hits the shot. Shot inside, no good. And we have the rebound by Javier Fabella. It's Randall Bennett with the ball. His shot no good. Rebound inside by Team Blue. That's Lawrence with the ball. He kicks it out to Fabella. His shot no good. Another shot by Team Blue. This one will fall. That's Grady Regina with the basket.
Grady Regina put that front bucket in.
And shot is up, no good. Rebound by Javier Fabella. And that ball is going to go out of bounds. Team Red will take over. Beal trying to make a move. He takes a deep shot, no good. Weeks with the rebound. A deep shot by Parker Green is no good. 20 seconds to play here at the half for the St. Francis third grade CYO team, giving us some halftime entertainment here at Sonoma Valley High School. That's Regina. Good defense by Team Red. And that's going to do it for the halftime entertainment. But a great job by both teams and for giving us tonight's halftime entertainment. As we have the teams both coming out of the locker room, taking their last shots before starting the second half. The big storyline in the first half was Sonoma Valley was called for 13 team fouls, and Petaluma was called for 4. So which means the Dragons have a couple players in foul trouble. Riley Phelan has 3 fouls. Anders Matheson has 2. But the rest of them are spread out. AJ Ribley with 1, Phillips with 1, Gersh with 1, Sunday Diego, Benstead, and Hewitt all with just 1 foul each. And Petaluma has obviously no one in foul trouble because all their fouls have been spread out as well. Garzoli, Lackritz, Siebler, and Garahan each with one team foul, one personal foul apiece. And we have the officials coming over, talking it over. Officials doing a great job. How you doing? Good, good. And we have tonight's game on Sonoma TV. I know the officials like to kind of critique themselves after games, and they will often ask for the link to the game so they can see what calls that they may or may not have missed or made. So I know having a broadcast is very helpful for the officiating crew, and it's just as helpful to the officials as it is to the teams. I'd like to remind you that tonight's games can be viewed on Comcast Channel 27, SonomaTV.org, or Sonoma TV's YouTube channel. So if you are joining us via one of those outlets, thank you for making us part of your day. Tonight's game will replay on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, so you can watch it before the Super Bowl at 10 a.m., and then it'll also replay at 4 p.m. So set your DVRs if you need to record that game during the Super Bowl. And then tonight's sponsors are Broadway Market and Sonoma Paint Center. And you can listen to a recap of all Sonoma Valley High School sports at KSVY 91.3 FM or KSVY.org Monday at 7 p.m. So we also thank our sponsors for always giving us the opportunity to put these games on for you and not just have Dragon fans tune in, but also visiting fans. So we should have a fantastic second half of play. Dragons leading 26-18. So we will get ready for the third quarter. We have another score for you. We have a couple Vine Valley Athletic League scores. At halftime, Justin Siena has a 24-17 lead over Vintage. And at Napa, the Grizzlies have a 35-26 advantage over Casa Grande. As we keep eye on the two other games in the Vine Valley Athletic League tonight. And we have games tomorrow in the VVAL as Petaluma will travel to Vintage tomorrow night. And Casa Grande will go to American Canyon. And tomorrow's originally scheduled game that was between Napa and Justin Siena, that got moved to Monday. So that'll be a 7 p.m. Monday tip-off. The Dragons will have their league bye tomorrow. As we are ready for the second half, Petaluma will start off with possession. And we are ready to go for the second half of play. We'll see how the officials officiate the second half after calling the Dragons for 13 fouls. Cole Garzoli driving the baseline for Petaluma. His first shot is good.
Cole Garzoli for two.
It's Gersh for the Dragons. A 12-point first half for Tom Gersh. Gersh guarded by Perez. Kicks out to Phelan. Phelan tried to get it to Hewitt, but the ball is knocked out by Gottschall. These two teams met back in Petaluma on January 8th. Petaluma took that game 61-60 in a game that was tight the whole way. Petaluma hitting 2 free throws with 3 seconds to go to seal that game, and then we're going to have a foul on Petaluma to start the second half. You're going to call that on Ryan Sullivan. It's going to be his first. And the first team foul of the half. Anders Matheson, the inbounder, having trouble, but he gets it to Hewitt. Hewitt kicks out Sidney Diego. He drives. Nice move inside, but it's blocked by Garzoli. And we're going the other way. Perez drives. His layup is no good, and Matheson the rebound. Nice pass ahead to Hewitt, but he almost makes it, and he almost made a highlight reel play there, but it all for naught as Petaluma will take back over. Sullivan hits from the free throw line.
Ryan Sullivan for two.
San Diego over to Hewitt. Nice cut inside by Phelan. He's fouled in the basket. Count it. And he'll go to the line for a three-point play. That's going to go on Sullivan, his first, or excuse me, his second. And Phelan will go and try and complete the old-fashioned three-point play. And he does not, as he misses the free throw. But it's taken away almost by Matheson, but Petaluma able to recover. Garzoli driving the baseline. His layup is good. Nice move by Garzoli.
That's Garzoli for 2.
There's Gersh on the drive. His layup is no good. Garahan the rebound.
Rebound by Garahan.
Get it over to Garzoli. Cross court to Gottschall. Gottschall thought about shooting the three, does not. Eric Perez over to Garzoli. Dragons playing in a little bit of a zone here on this possession. 7 on the shot clock. They get it inside to Garahan, and he's able to finish inside. Petaluma off to a good start in the second half as they've cut it to 2. Hewitt in trouble, is able to get it to San Diego. So plenty of time. Phelan's going to take a deep 3, and it's no good. Gottschall the rebound. Get it ahead to Sullivan. Sullivan, his layup is good, and this game is tied.
Ryan Sullivan for 2.
10-2 start for Petaluma. San Diego, his layup is good, and the foul! Luke San Diego will have a chance for a three-point play. Dragons back up by 2 here. 4:48 to go here in the third. Oh, and actually I'm going to call that on Gottschall. So that'll be his first foul. 3 team fouls on the Trojans. And he misses the free throw, so Sonoma Valley has had a chance to connect on 2 3-point plays, but they have not, missing both the free throws. But the Dragons are up by 2. Perez over to Sullivan. He's going to take a 3, and it's no good. Short, fight for the ball, and we have a foul on Perez. That's going to be Perez's first. Hewitt tried to throw the ball off Perez. Have the ball be out of bounds on Petaluma, but he got the foul instead, which is better for the Dragons. San Diego for 3, no good. Garzoli the rebound. Petaluma with a chance to tie or take the lead. They have tied the game already in this third quarter, have not had a lead the entire night. Dragons in danger of relinquishing that title. Garzoli thought about shooting. Kick it out to Sullivan. Sullivan out to Garzoli again. 10 on the shot clock for Petaluma. Garzoli guarded by Matheson. Sullivan can take a corner 3, and it's good, and Petaluma has taken the lead.
Ryan Sullivan for 3.
31-30 Petaluma. Reed Hewitt drives, kicks over to Matheson. His layup no good. Fight for the rebound, and Petaluma will end up with it. Perez bringing it up for the Trojans. That's Julian Garahan in the corner. Garzoli gonna take a tough shot, no good, Phelan the rebound. Dragons coming back the other way in transition. His layup is good, Riley Phelan, nice move. And the Dragons are back ahead by 1. There's Perez for Petaluma. Perez drives, and he's going to be fouled on the floor. They're going to call that on Cindy Diego, his second, and they're actually going to call that in the air. As I didn't think Perez was going up for a shot, but they're going to give him the free throws anyway.
Eric Perez to shoot 2.
Perez's first free throw is good. Barolo Bensick going to check back in the game for the Dragons, and for Petaluma, Alex Seidler is back in the game. Perez, 1 of 2 from the line. Phelan the rebound. There's Gersh over to Benstead. Matheson guarded by Seidler. Gersh for 3. Bang! Dom Gersh from downtown. And we have a timeout by Petaluma. Petaluma's used 3 timeouts now, so they're just down to 2 in the game, and the Dragons now lead by 3. And a big shot there by Gersh, as he is having a whale of a game so far. Gersh with 15 points and been playing hard on both ends of the floor. As the Dragons held an 11-point lead at one point, Petaluma came back to take the lead at 31-30. But now the Dragons are ahead by 3, 35-32. In the North Bay League, Cardinal Newman has a 14-6 lead. That's the big game in the North Bay League Oak Division. As we're also keeping an eye on the Vine Valley scores, Justin Siena has a lead over Vintage at the half, as does Napa over Casa Grande. Seidler guarded by Matheson. They get it inside to Sullivan. His shot up and good. Trojans cut the deficit to 1. Luke Sine Diego over to Benstead. That's Dom Gersh guarded by Gottschall. Phelan on the drive. Nice pass to Gersh. He stops and pops, and he hits. Dom Gersh, 17 points. And the lead is back up to 3 for the Dragons. Dragons trap guards. Oh, he's triple team. And he stepped out of bounds. Dragons basketball. That's Sunday Diego. Fix, Anders Matheson, a deep 3. As they're going to call a foul on Benstead, his second. We have a little bit of an upset alert in the NBL Redwood division. Rancho Cotati has a 2-point lead over Healdsburg. That's nearing the half. Healdsburg probably one of the best teams in Sonoma County. Petaluma gets inside to Gottschall, can't finish. Matheson the rebound.
Matheson with the rebound.
Gersh over to Sidney Diego, over to Matheson. Matheson a deep 3. Bang! Anders Matheson from downtown. And the Dragons have a 9-point lead with 10 seconds to go here in the third. Perez trying to get it away, but it's stolen by Benstead. Over to San Diego, 4 seconds, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Dragons with 3.2 to go in the third quarter. Dragons will look for a quick shot here and trying to extend this 9-point lead. Their biggest lead of the night has been 11. We'll see what Mike Bowles has called here for the Dragons. Matheson, the inbounder. They get it out to Sine Diego. Pump fake. He's going to shoot, and it's no good. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. After Petaluma comes and takes the lead at 31-30, the Dragons go on a 13-3 run to close the quarter and lead 43-34 as we head to the fourth quarter from Sonoma Valley High School. And we will be back after a word from our sponsors.
We would like to thank our community partners, Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. And social media support is provided by Wordmice. Underwriting is provided by Sonoma Paint Center, located at 815 West Napa Street. For more information, you can go to sonomapaintcenter.com. Broadway Market, a small-town market in the Sonoma wine country, located at 20511 Broadway. You can contact them at 707-935-2685 or visit them on the web at broadwaymarketsonoma.com.
Back here at Sonoma Valley High School. Start of the fourth quarter, and the Dragons went on an impressive run, a 10-3 run to end the third quarter. And the Dragons will start out with the basketball. Gersh for three. No good. Gottschall the rebound.
Gottschall with the rebound.
That's Perez for Petaluma out to Gottschall. Garzoli driving the baseline. He stepped out of bounds. Dragons basketball.
Garzoli steps on the out-of-bounds line on the way around.
After three in Napa, the Grizzlies have a 46-37 lead over Casa Grande. And actually, they called a foul on Benstead. So Benstead now has three as Ivan Cortez banks home a three. So Petaluma cuts it to 6. That's Gersh inside, but he's fouled by Cortez. So Cortez will get called for his first foul, and Gersh will go to the line. Gersh makes the first one. Gersh 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Perez over to Gottschall. Gottschall gets it over to Cortez, and Cortez traveled before. Dragons leading by 8. 6:55 to go. Gersh over to Rollo Benstead. Guarded tightly by Perez. Gersh, another deep three. Bang! Dom Gersh again. An 11-point lead for the Dragons. And we have a foul on Sonoma. We'll call that on Matheson, his third.
13 foul. Check in with the Trojans, number 11.
Gersh with 22 points so far on the night. Ryan Giacomini will check back in for Petaluma for Cortez. Gersh almost came away with the steal there. Gottschall gets over to Garzoli, over to Giacomini. Giacomini pump fake, steps inside, and can't make the jumper. Perez the rebound, being double teamed. Almost could have gotten called for a hook there. He does not, and Gottschall able to finish inside for Petaluma.
Gottschall for 2.
And Sullivan's going to get called for a foul. And a little confusion with the officials. San Diego got to step inside the three-point line, and he can't hit. Gottschall the rebound. Gottschall kicks out to Perez. Giacomini going to take a three. No good. Ball bounces around. Petaluma ends up with it. Sullivan unable to finish inside. Riley Phelan's going to come up with the rebound. Sonoma almost loses it, but they're able to recover. Matheson thought about shooting a three. Matheson drives, finds Gersh. Matheson takes a hard fall. He's still down. San Diego's going to shoot a three, and it's no good. And the referees will call an official timeout to make sure Matheson's okay. Reed Hewitt's going to check back in. Matheson's going to take a seat. Mike Bull's going to make sure he's okay. Dragons lead 48-39, a 9-point lead. 5 minutes to play. Eric Perez guarded by Benstead. Giacomini trying to drive baseline. He stops and pops. That's no good. And we're going to have a foul on Sullivan. It's going to be his fourth. They can call Sullivan for going over the back. And the Dragons are now in the bonus, so a little bit of the reverse factor. Petaluma was in the bonus early on. Now the Dragons are in the bonus themselves as Dom Gersh, with 22 points on the night, is going to go to the free throw line for a 1-on-1. First free throw is good. Gersh will earn a second free throw. Julian Garahan going to check back in for Petaluma. He's going to check in for Sullivan, who has 4 fouls. 4:50 remaining. Let's see how long Petaluma head coach Anton Lyons keeps him out. Gersh's second free throw, no good. Will Krupp into the game for Petaluma. They try to get it inside to Julian, and he's unable to finish at the rim. And the Dragons will come back the other way, trying to build on a 10-point lead. Lead has been as high as 11. San Diego, beautiful pass from Hewitt, but again, he's unable to finish. Dragons back the other way, or Trojans back the other way as Giacomini finds Perez for a layup, and a timeout taken by Petaluma. Anton Lyons is down to 1 timeout for the final 4:20 of the game. He's going to take a full timeout, and with 4 minutes left, down by 8, and only having 1 timeout, that could be a huge factor, as he will only have 1 chance to stop the clock, and especially when you're trailing, you're going to want as many timeouts as possible to give you as many chances as possible to score. So we'll see how these early timeouts will affect Petaluma. The Dragons still have 4 timeouts. And after 3 quarters over at Vintage, the Crushers have come back to tie the game. So that's all tied up at 34. And then we were mentioning an upset alert in the North Bay League Redwood Division. Rancho Cotati and Healdsburg are tied at 21. That game is being played at Rancho Cotati. Over here in Sonoma, it's the Dragons leading Petaluma 49-41 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Dragons will inbound. Petaluma is going to press here. Phelan to Gersh. Nice pass to Gersh, a la Jimmy Garoppolo. Gets it over to Hewitt, back to Sidney Diego, and his shot's going to be blocked, and it'll go out of bounds. I think Dom Gersh is ready for the Super Bowl after that pass. But he's hoping to finish things off here tonight and get his team a win. Sidney Diego for three. Bang! Luke Sidney Diego from downtown. And the Dragons lead back up to 11 with just under 4 minutes to play. Cole Garzoli driving the baseline. Tough shot, no good. Gets his own miss, goes right back up, no good. Gets his own miss again, goes back up, and he's able to finish.
Cole Garzoli with 2 rebounds and 2 points.
Gersh trying to drive on Giacomini. Layup, no good. Looking for a foul is Mike Bowles. And he may have a gripe on that one. Giacomini with the ball. He's going to drive his layup, no good. And Sidney Diego the rebound, but it's stolen away by Garahan. His layup no good. Matheson the rebound, and a foul on Gottschall.
Anders Matheson goes up for the rebound.
We're going to call that on Gottschall, his second.
Gottschall, that's his second personal foul, the 8th team foul on the Trojans. It is sent Matheson to the line.
Matheson's going to shoot 1 and 1. Ryan Solving going to check back in for Petaluma. He's going to replace Julian Garahan. Matheson's first free throw is good, so he'll earn a second free throw. Second free throw no good, but the Dragons lead is back up to 10, 3:13 to go. Perez handling for Petaluma, trying to find an opening, gets it to Sullivan. He pump fakes, steps inside the three-point line for a shot, no good. Perez bounced it off Gottschall, no good. Gersh, the rebound, kicks out to Phelan. And the Dragons will pull it out and run some clock here. They get it into the hands of Gersh, the hot hand, and he's going to throw that ball away. Petaluma will take back over. And Mike Bowles is going to take a timeout. With 2:43 to go. He's going to take a full timeout. So if all the scores that we are reporting hold, with the exception of Justin Siena and Vintage, since that game is tied, but should the Dragons hold on and beat the Trojans here, the Dragons would move to 6-2 in league play, and Petaluma would fall to 6-1. Petaluma playing one less game than the Dragons. They'll make that up tomorrow night when Petaluma goes over to Vintage. So the Dragons would move to within 1 game of first place Petaluma in the Vine Valley Athletic League race. And should Napa hold on to beat Casa Grande, the Grizzlies would improve to 2-6, and the Gauchos would fall to 2-6 in league play. And then time will tell with Vintage and Justin Siena. Right now the game is tied 34-34 after 3 quarters. If Justin Siena came out with the win, they would move to 3-5 in league play, and Vintage would fall to 5-3. But if Vintage is able to pull out that game, they would improve to 6-2, and they themselves would also be 1 game back of Petaluma should the score of this game hold. So a lot of variables going on right now in this Vine Valley Athletic League game, and we've had a good one so far. Your Dragons have played a fantastic game to this point. Ivan Cortez for Petaluma. Get it over to Giacomini, has it knocked away, and his layup no good. Oh, it's good, and the foul. So Giacomini will go to the line for a chance to complete a 3-point play.
Basket is good. Scores on, fouls on number 35, Anders Matheson. That's his 4th.
Foul's going to go on Matheson. He's got 4 now. Phelan has 3. Benstead has 3 for the Dragons. Giacomini hits the free throw. It's a 53-46 Dragon lead, 2:24 to go. And if you're the Dragons, that clock cannot tick fast enough, and they're going to call a foul on Cortez. So now Phelan will shoot 2 free throws for Sonoma Valley. Or He'll shoot 1 and 1 from the free throw line. 19 fouls on Petaluma, just 5 for the Dragons. So the Dragons have a foul to give before Petaluma is in the bonus. 2:22 to go.
Phelan's in a line to shoot 2. Shoot 1 and 1.
Phelan's first free throw is good. That'll net him a second one. And from here on out, every foul, the Dragons will shoot 2 free throws, but not on an offensive foul. Offensive fouls do not constitute free throws as he misses the second one.
Ryan Sullivan with the rebound.
Sullivan steps inside the three-point line. His shot no good. Cortez, the rebound. He goes back up, no good. Garzoli, the rebound for Petaluma, and he's going to be fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. And it looks like they'll call that on Matheson, so he's fouled out of the game. With 2:05 remaining, Mike Bowles just smiling over there on the Dragon sideline. Can't believe it that one of his guys is fouled out of the game. Mike Bowles is now just getting word of it. Referee Zach Ward having a discussion with Bowles, telling him he needs to sub, and they're going to bring in Mason Phillips to replace Matheson. Now Matheson will check out of the game to a good hand from the home crowd here at Pfeiffer Gymnasium. So Garzoli will shoot 2 for Petaluma. This free throw no good as it's barely hits iron. And the Sonoma fans sitting behind the hoop there having a good old time, making noise. Trying to distract Garzoli. Second free throw is good. 7-point lead for the Dragons, 2 minutes to go. Dangerous pass, and they're going to call a foul on Sullivan, and he's fouled out of the game. So the Dragons have lost Matheson, who's fouled out, and now the Trojans have lost Sullivan, who has fouled out. And Luke Ronshausen is going to check into the game for Petaluma, getting his first action on the night.
Going to the line, number 21, Mason Phillips to shoot.
Phillips shooting 2 here now that the Dragons are in the double bonus, and he misses the first. Trojans 1 foul away from getting in the single bonus, which would be 1-1. Phillips 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Those are big misses. Trojans need to score quickly. Perez on the drive, kicks out. Giacomini, corner 3 is up, and it's good. And timeout, Petaluma. That's their last timeout. As Petaluma cuts it to 4. Giacomini having a nice game for the Trojans. So Petaluma is out of timeouts. That is big with just under 2 minutes to play. Now he can no longer stop the clock. Petaluma can no longer stop the clock. The Dragons still have 3 timeouts, so they are in good position should they ever need to use them when they're trailing or when they're ahead. Dragons looking to hold on here. Petaluma putting up a valiant fight and staying in this game. 54-50, the Dragons lead. Mike Bowles going over instructions in the huddle. Hoping to grab a win over Petaluma. The Dragons took a tough 61-60 loss last time out. That game was over at Petaluma. So the Dragons are looking for revenge in this one. And as the girls beat Petaluma last night, and their revenge game, the Dragons boys looking to do the same thing as the student section will now get on their feet here at Sonoma Valley High School. And here we go. Dom Gersh bringing it up for the Dragons. Dom Gersh over to Reed Hewitt. Over to Gersh. Gersh drives baseline, kicks out. Over to Phelan. Phelan for three. Bang! Riley Phelan from downtown! And the Dragons now lead by 7. Perez. Stolen by Hewitt. Hewitt going back the other way, and he's going to try and burn some clock. Cross-court pass. Gersh ends up with it. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line. So a big shot by Phelan gets the lead back up to 7, and now Gersh will shoot 2 at the free throw line. First free throw is good. Rollo Benstead going to check back in for the Dragons.
Checking in for the Dragons, number 4, Rollo Benstead, replacing Mason Phillips.
Second free throw, no good. Gersh 1 of 2, but the Dragons' lead is 8. And Petaluma throws it away. Perez trying to get it to Ronshausen. And Sonoma Valley coach Mike Bowles will call a timeout. Dragons leading by 8, 54.5 to go. And the Dragons student section having a good time with their home team up by 8, 54.5 to go. See some purple and gold being worn in the student section. Looks like a Kobe Bryant tribute night here at Sonoma Valley High School. Of course, on the bench there is a Kobe Bryant jersey on the end of the bench on the last seat. And obviously the basketball world's still shaking all over the world, literally. Kobe Bryant was a global star to all basketball fans. And of course, his tragic passing and all of the 9 members who were on that helicopter that crashed in Calabasas, California. We are still keeping all of them in their thoughts and prayers and their families. And the world goes on. And here in the game of basketball, it looks like the Dragons have used that to their motivation as Gersh will kick out Sine Diego. Sine Diego for 3. That's no good. Garzoli the rebound. Petaluma coming back the other way. That's Perez. He drives. His layup is good. Eric Perez. Petaluma cuts it to 6, and there's Phelan inside. His layup no good, but Hewitt with the putback is good. Lead back up to 8, 25 seconds to go. Perez has it taken away by Phillips. It's going to be a jump ball. It'll stay with Petaluma. And the Dragon fans are starting to feel it with 21.4 to go. Benstead's going to check back into the game for Phillips. Petaluma trying to answer back. Has it taken away by Gersh. Here goes Benstead. Benstead will throw it down! Rollo Benstead with the dunk of the night to seal. The Trojans win, and the game is over. The Dragons have taken down Petaluma 62-54. And the Dragons pumped up about this one. The fans are on their feet, giving them the applause. And the referees are discussing there that they may be asking to put some more time back on the clock. And they'll put 1.4 on the clock. I think one of the fans touched the ball after Giacomini made that layup. Giacomini's going to take a 3 for good measure. It's going to be no good. And that's the ball game. The Dragons have defeated Petaluma 62 to 54 tonight. And the Petaluma Trojans have been handed their first league loss of the season. Here at Sonoma Valley High School, the Dragons now will move to within one game of the Trojans in the Vine Valley Athletic League race. We'll be back with the post-game show after a few words from our sponsors.
We would like to thank our community partners, Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. And social media support is provided by Wordmice. Underwriting is provided by Sonoma Paint Center, located at 815 West Napa Street. For more information, you can go to sonomapaintcenter.com. Broadway Market, a small-town market in the Sonoma wine country, located at 20511 Broadway. You can contact them at 707-935-2685 or visit them on the web at broadwaymarketsonoma.com.
Back here at Sonoma Valley High School, and a very excited student body after the Dragons take a 62-54 win over Petaluma and their sixth league win of the year. As we now will get the final point totals for the Trojans, as Julian Garahan announced with 2, Liam Gottschall with 3 points. Ivan Cortez had 5 points for the Trojans. Eric Perez with 8. Cole Garzoli with 12, Giacomini with 13, Ryan Giacomini, and Ryan Sullivan led Petaluma with 16 points. For the Dragons, Hewitt had 2 points, Benstead had 2. See, we'll get word from about Luke Sende Diego. Anders Matheson had 10 points. Here's Sende Diego, he had 11. Riley Phelan had 14 points for the Dragons. Dom Gersh had 23 points. He came off a 25-point night against Napa on Wednesday night. So all is well in Sonoma Valley Dragons land, and we do have a final. Vintage has defeated Justin Siena 51-45, so which sets up a pivotal game tomorrow. Petaluma at Vintage, and now Vintage and Sonoma Valley have pulled it within one game of the Trojans in the Vine Valley Athletic League race. So tomorrow should be a fun one. And then another final, Napa has defeated Casa Grande 59-51. So now this Vine Valley Athletic League race has just become a whole lot more interesting with the Dragons 62-54 win over Petaluma tonight here at Pfeiffer Gymnasium. Tonight's game will be replayed Sunday at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. So if you missed any of the action, tune into Sonoma TV on Sunday. For Michael Baribault, the Dragons come out with a victory here on Sonoma TV. Thanks for tuning in.